everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on the Disney film Encanto. Now, as you know, Encanto is a 2021 computer animated musical fantasy comedy film that was directed by Jared Bush and Boyne Howard. I would say Encanto's that film that's been kind of the golden eye to the whole Disney community, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I would say Encanto isn't perfect, but it's definitely alright. So the premise of the film is meant to follow Mirabella, who is the only member of her family who doesn't have a magical gift. And we see how each member of the family are given a magical ability, like Mirabella's mum's cooking able to heal people, like her sister's having super strength and to grow plants, and her cousin's able to kind of hear things or shapeshift in that. And we do kind of see how Mirabella's grandmother, Abula, is kind of meant to be the one holding the family together, but we do see how she has her own sets of problems that she puts onto the family. And we kind of see how one day with her younger cousin's ceremony, she starts to kind of see and realise that the magic is slowly fading and is trying to put the pieces together, and at the same time tries to play the supporting role in the family. I would say Encanto has a bit of a message with Mirabella that, yeah, you don't need a magical ability to feel wanted and important. Your true gift is from within inside. And I think Mirabella's true gift, in my opinion, is being able to help the family and trying to understand them a bit more. And I think at the same time, I think some of the family do have flaws or their own personal problems. Like, you can tell Isabella does have mixed feelings about her fiancé, and there are hints and clues. And you do kind of see how her older sister, who's meant to be the more muscle-bound one, is more about not trying to put too much pressure on herself, but does slowly admit it. And we do kind of see how, yeah, even her grandmother, Abula, does try to put the family to impossible standards and puts her own personal fears onto them. I think she definitely works as a character. Like, she isn't meant to be awful, but I think you can tell she's just trying to do what she thinks is right. And I think it's like watching any show where you can tell the character wants to do the right thing, but doesn't really realise the mistakes until the end. I think it's kind of like looking at Injustice. You can tell Clark wanted to do the right things, but it was just kind of clear that people like Wonder Woman, even the villains, kind of put him to impossible standards. Or it's like Jerry's father in Digimon Tamers. It's just kind of clear that after his wife's death, he's just afraid of losing his daughter as well. And yeah, it's kind of clear that he does realise what he turned himself into. And I think it's also kind of like looking at Batman and Robin. Like, you can tell Bruce Wayne is afraid about losing Dick Grayson, like he lost his parents, and does take every precaution to keep him safe. And I think at the same time, I think some of the songs do work, because some of them do have a perfect tune or a perfect message. I think when you've got Mirabella talking about how she doesn't have all the abilities in that, it's just her showing how much she wants to be something bigger. And I think the point of the song, We Don't Talk About Bruno, is about how Bruno is kind of seen as an outcast by his family, despite his good intentions. And I think when you also do have the song Surface Pressure and What Else Can I Do, it has a message. Surface pressure is more about not bottling up your emotions inside of you and not trying to bottle them up too much. And I think the point of What Else Can I Do is about not having everything held back on you and seeing your true potential. And I think the plot is a little basic, but it definitely knew what it wanted to be. And I do agree with one person who I am subscribed to, the virtual celebrity, who does miraculous videos and also talking about other shows, is that the show, I think the film is amazingly average at best, which I do agree after seeing it, because I think Turning Red is more of a slice of life story. I think Encanto is more about fixing the family problems and trying to find a way to fix it, as it's kind of implied that the candle is aware of the family problems and just wanted to try and see if they can fix it to prove that they are still worthy. And I think while Encanto isn't going to go bigger and epicer, it still knew what it wanted to be. I just think it got a little too overhyped, much like Shazam, and yeah, much like the 2012 film The Avengers. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs in the middle. It's alright, not great, but it's definitely still good. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.